Hey guys, welcome back to Simply at Home. This is Ramya here, and I did promise this konmari method when we did clothing as an organizing project. And I did speak in detail about the traditional method, which I will leave in the description box below, and I promised the konmari method. Now, konmari method, for those of you who are looking up different methods to adopt to have your home in an organized way and to keep it decluttered and stuff. Here in Spark Joy, in her book The Spark Joy, she talks about, she comes from Japan, and she talks about holding every other object with gratitude. So normally cleaning, tidying up, we are haphazard and then clean ourselves up. Here we are supposed to dress ourselves up like we go in for an event, sit there and say a gratitude prayer that thanks to all of these items that is there in my house, because it doesn't come just like that, right? We have bought it or somebody has bought it with their hard-earned money. So we have to say thank you to that and then start. Next thing is to bring everything in a categorization. So if you Google up, you'll find categories. She starts off with clothes first and then moves into sentimental items last. So here, since we have already done clothes, I'm doing the category on electricals and electronics. So most of you who are working and watching this would have definitely heard of the concept called Six Sigma. Fortunately, that also comes from Japan, where it's supposed to structure things at workplace. Same concept is what I found in when I was reading Spark Joy, except one point: every item you're supposed to hold in your hands and say, does it spark joy? In a work environment, there is no joy factor, but the same concept. First thing is to sort everything together. So in this case, bring all the electronic items into one corner, which means you need to have space. Then to second S is set it in order. So we need to set it in order. All the headphones in one place, and too many pens means in one place, then too many mics mean in another place, too many batteries in one box. So we need to set everything in order. Then to shine it. What they mean by shine is clean up that entire space where we're going to put those things back. Okay, and to standardize. Now when we mean by standardizing, to have a maintenance work. So put everything in a particular space, a home for every item that you find, to hold it back and retain. So if I'm going to keep all the charging items near the charging spot and a different box where I'm going to only pull it out on a random basis like batteries in another corner, then that will be its home. So everybody at home will know that is the space. So they will pull out everything, spare headphones, everything, is it available, and then go buy, which means you're going to save money also rather than being a frugal buyer. Fifth S is to sustain, which means it's a system. It's going to become a habit that we ensure that things go back into place. So if I just let that buy something and then put it in different places, it doesn't work. But before we get into this 5S, what she's talking about is we need to eliminate. Okay, we need to have a mindset that I'm going to get into tidying up, because this takes a lot of time. It takes hours and hours together. Do you have at least 10 to 15 hours at a stretch to go around the house, pull it all together? You need the energy also for it. So you need space to bring everything in one corner. Next thing is everybody in the family should be okay if you're going to pull their items also and put it there, because it's not just your decision, for others' stuff at home also. Third one is time. So if you're a person working, you're a caregiver, or so many other things, would you have the time? Like this one, I pulled all the electronic items and then I started this particular keeping what I need, discarding what I don't want process. Took me literally 15-20 days, by which time another heap of items was lying up in a corner. So we need to figure out finally when and where we want to use konmari method. Otherwise, it's a fantastic system to work on. If you're an independent person, individual, living separately, you don't have kids to run around with, but kids have started going to school and you have their school hours to work on, then maybe yes, you can do this when you have a space to do this. So otherwise, in my method, from what I have to say is, you have to give it a trial. I will leave their book in the description box below. I'm not selling anything, but basically, holistically, this is a fantastic method. But hey, think about it if you have ample time, and think about it if everything is going to spark joy. Okay? Others might not give a hand if they have anything sentimental, even for electric or electronic items. So the next method that I'm going to adopt, I will do another video and it's going to be a longer one. Saying that, signing off. Bye.